Gosh dang it. Don't forget your figure eight ties. Good morning, gang. Welcome to my bathroom. It's going to be a little echoey in here, but we'll just deal. I'm standing in my bathtub because today we are going to steam some chaos yarn. So while my steamer warms up, let's just have a close look. You can see how twisty this yarn is. So we're going to steam it to set the twist and relax that extra twistiness. So what I have a floor steamer with a removable handheld unit. You can have a clothing steamer or you can use a tea kettle. Just be careful. Steam burns are some of the worst burns you can ever get. Just trying to uncoil my hose here. All right, just waiting for my steamer to warm up. We also have this twisty blue. Hold on. And you can see how the end, that's where you see the most of the twist is hanging at the end of the skein. And then we have this one here, which has really got some twisties going in it. We're going to steam those right out of it. Now, the reason why I'm steaming this yarn is because all these puffies, if you wash them, it's going to flatten them out and it's going to take away all that gorgeous texture that's in there. And I don't want to flatten the puffies. I like the puffies. All right, let's see. Are you ready? Oh, it's making the knock knock sounds. Steam! Yay! All right, so it's very simple. You just start at the top and just steam it. Like I said, you could do this over a kettle if you don't have a steamer. And as you go, you'll see that twist start to unwind itself. Just going to back it up a bit so you can see a bit more. There we go. Now you can also put your fingers in the bottom of the skein. Just be careful, steam burns are bad, and kind of stretch it as you're steaming it. To kind of encourage that twist to move. Smells like wet wool in here. All right, so now I'm going to just flip this around. That was just a little sample skein. This is a bigger one here. So I'm going to just put my fingers in the bottom and then just start steaming the yarn. Now this does take a little bit. It's probably easier with a garment steamer because it's more designed to do bigger areas. But use what you got. If you're using a tea kettle, just pull it over the steam. Just like I said, be very careful because steam burns are very, 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 very nasty. You could also wear oven mitts while you're doing this to protect your hands. Alright, so now I'm just going to move the skein around a bit. And I'm going to steam some more. Now you can see the bottom of the yarn, trying not to burn myself while I do this, is starting to untwist. So I'm just going to move it around again. Hang it up. We're almost there. There's almost no twist left in this yarn. See that? It's almost hanging balance. So we're just going to give it one more steam. And we'll go through the center one more. Just give it a little tug. And there we go. It's hanging almost perfectly balanced. So we'll put that aside to dry. And we'll grab our next one. Now you can see right now, you probably can't see because you're too so close. I'll move you back a bit more. It's hanging to just below the screen. So we're going to start steaming. Oh, I'm running out of water. I'm going to refill my steamer. This is for my Bissell floor cleaner. I think I'm going to try using a different head that gives me a bit more coverage. Okay, so this one has multiple steam heads. I'm going to try this one and see if it works a little quicker. Because this is the only little hole I have on this one. It just makes that knocking noise until the steam builds up. That's how you know when it's getting low on water. And there we go. All right. Let's see if this one works a little better. Oh, it's got little Velcro tabbies on it, so I can't get as close. Let's put it out like this. Okay, I like this head better, but it keeps snagging on the yarn, which is kind of a pain, but we'll deal with that. And it's already starting to relax. We've probably got another 2 inches in length as you start to loosen that twist and set it. All right, so now we're going to move it around, and I'm going to try spreading it out like this. Oh, we gotta build up steam again. Okay, so I definitely like this head better, but I definitely got to cover up that Velcro. All right, and we'll give it a little tug just to kind of help that twist distribute. We're going to go back to full length again. I'm just trying out things as the ideas occur to me. So, I mean, normally I would just use my little spray head and do this. So I'm just trying out some new methods to see if I can get it to go a little quicker. Now, because we don't have to wring out the yarn or manipulate it in any way, that allows that texture to stay nice and crisp while we set the twist so it's not going to untwist or do any weird things. Bobby was standing on the floor like, why are you in the tub? Normally I would be on the other side, but for filming purposes I had to adjust. Alright, so we're going to move this around again. And you can see that it's not as bunched up as it was. So we'll just keep steaming. Now I never hang my yarns weighted. I am using a little bit of tension right now, but that's just to help the steam work its way into the yarn to help it penetrate, because we are just working from the surface. It does take a while for that steam to penetrate all the way to the core. All right, turn it again. Now you may be thinking that this is nonsense, it won't work. Trust me, it works. It will set your twist without sacrificing your texture. It just takes a little longer, that's all, because you want that steam to penetrate. So just be patient, keep working it over the yarn, and you will see it actually start to uncoil as that steam penetrates and sets that twist and evens it all out. There we go. I'm much happier with the way that's hanging. All right, let's do that last skein here. Now I have a short piece here, so I'm going to pull you in closer so you can see. There we go. So you can see what happens as the steam gets into that twist. So we use this chunk right here, and we'll just start steaming. This is with no pressure on the yarn. Gonna build up steam again. All right, we're going to change back to the other tip, because this one's snagging is just being too annoying. I wonder if I could just put, there's a little cover that goes over this. I wonder if we can just cover up those. There, that should work. So I've covered up, like, there's little grabby bits here, but it's the ones on top that keep catching on the yarn. So I've covered them up. Let's see if that works better. All right, so bring this over a little closer, and we are just going to just steam that yarn. Now you should be actually able to see that the yarn is relaxing as that steam penetrates and sets that twist, moves it around a bit. Now, if we actually give this a little tug, we are not flattening any of our texture. It is all being preserved. It's getting warm in here. I should have turned on the fan, I think. I got you all fogged out. This is great. All right. Let me see if I can adjust it so we lose that glare. Nope, doesn't look like it. Hold on. Is that better? Not really. I think we're getting the glare from behind. Okay. I'll just crop it so that you don't see as much of that. Oh, I can actually press it right into it now. Excellent. There we go. All right. Now, give this a bit of a tug. And give this one a little bit of a tug. And they're starting to hang much, much looser. All right, so let's reposition. Just making sure the steamer wasn't going to suddenly shoot onto my foot. So you can see how much that twist has loosened up. So I will just continue readjusting, steaming, giving it little tugs here and there until it hangs nice and loose like this. And then I will just let it dry. It's really quite simple, but it does preserve the texture. So good. Now this one, I forgot to tie before I took it off my nitty naughty. So I'm going to wrap it like this. This is why you should always make sure you have your figure 8 ties on before you take it off the nitty naughty. Now when I started, I couldn't do this because there was too much twist in the yarn. So I couldn't loosen it up enough to even part the strands to rewind it. No, really, I'm untangling it. I'm not tying it in knots. I promise. The knots were already there. All right, let's see. Where are we going next? So I'd have to say this yarn is pretty solid because I'm manipulating it a lot, trying to get it untangled, and it's not losing its structure at all. So yay to that. Just chilling in the tub, untangling yarn. And I could be like, rubber ducky, you're the one. You make untangling fibers so much fun. I could be losing my mind just a little bit. It's hard to say, guys. So the moral of the story here is make sure you put your figure 8 ties on before you take your skein off the nitty naughty. I think we might be there, guys. I think we might be there. Okay. Let's wrap. Pull out all that active twist. Wrap. Oh, 3 in a row. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yay! We did it! Okay. I'm putting the center of the hanger right in the middle of that. And I'm going to tip you up and we're going to work up high. All right. Let's get the steam all fired up again. Hey, and ow! So I'm just going to pull it out to the side so it stops dripping on me. Flip this around so we can work on the other side. Pull it out so it doesn't drip on me. Okay, why don't I do it this way? Maybe you can, nope. You can't see squat. All right. Well, I mean, it's not really exciting. I'm just applying steam to yarn. It is pretty much done. So I'm just going to steam it all the way down. Oh, I should have left one of these unsteamed. I could have done a comparison. This is me not thinking ahead again. Okay, I see one twist here. I'm just going to pull that down. There we go. And flip this around. And just pull it a little tight to give it a little bit of tension, just to encourage that twist to move around. Oh, there's a long one there. All right, so we'll just steam that one independently. think I'm out of water in my steamer. Let's just give this one more pass. And one more tug. All right. So there we go. That's all there is to steaming your yarns. And you can see how it is hanging so much more balanced. Now there is still a bit of over twist. Hold on. There we go. So there is still a bit of an over twist here, but it's not to the point where it was. It's hanging in a nice open loop, and it's much, much more balanced. And that is all just because of steaming. It really does work to even out the over twist, and it sets your yarn, and you don't sacrifice any of that texture by over manipulating it like you would if you were washing it. So I'm going to let those dry, and then I have ideas on what to do with it. I'm so